So if you're watching this video, you are a small business who uses FreshBooks for your bookkeeping, or you're considering using FreshBooks, but you probably weren't trained to do bookkeeping, and there is a 0% chance that you ever learned FreshBooks in an accounting or a business class. So I bet that you have some questions about how it all works. And boy, do I have the solution to all of your FreshBooks problems. Me! Wait, did she just say that she was the solution to my FreshBooks problems? Yes, she said that. That's pretty big talk. Yeah, that's really big talk. Almost as big as her hair. That's almost as big as Texas. I better listen to see if she's legit. So you may be wondering how I'm going to be able to help you. I've been in the accounting field for quite some time. I've been serving and teaching small businesses just like you, and I know that it can be hard for a new business to want to invest money in what they might consider a cost center or an expense, like getting help with bookkeeping. Your default position might be that paying for bookkeeping help doesn't help pay the bills. You think of it as yet another bill. But I can also unequivocally say that every new business that has done their own bookkeeping without getting training does their books incorrectly and inefficiently. What happens is they always think that their books are simple, and they think they can watch a generic tutorial about accounting and bookkeeping software and do a good enough job. But then they finally do grow enough or experience enough pain that they finally want some help, and that at that point, things just got very expensive. So I wanted to offer a solution for the new businesses who are doing their own bookkeeping but want to do it right, so they don't face a train wreck of time and money to get their books accurate. And so they really understand what's happening in their business financials, because accurate numbers don't lie, y'all. For those of you who do want to learn to do it right and avoid that hefty cleanup bill, or worse, avoid having to get a completely new FreshBooks account and subscription where we do a basic rebuild of your transaction history because your first file is so messed up, then this solution is for you. My solution to this widespread problem that I see of entrepreneurs who are DIYing their books without specific support from an accounting professional is, drumroll, the Fresh Bookkeeping Network. So what is the Fresh Bookkeeping Network? The backbone of this is weekly office hours, where you can come and ask me any question about FreshBooks and also any general questions about business. I probably know the answer, but if I don't, my commitment is to stick with the problem until we get it solved together. The other key part of the Fresh Bookkeeping Network is a private community where you can ask questions 24/7 in writing and know that you're going to have an expert be able to answer them, and also support from the other group members as well. Let's take a look inside the community. So it's hosted on a platform called Mighty Networks, and each week you'll come here to access the Zoom link for our weekly live office hours, and you can also come in here and post written questions. Here's an example of that. Question about properly accounting for owner's distributions and payroll from one of our members. I also come in and share information as I hear about it via my connections as a FreshBooks accounting partner. And then I create resources as well. Some I share in advance with members of this group. Some I might give for free. This is an example here. This post that's being shown when I created an accountable plan template that I sell, but gave it to the members of the group for free. Right now, the office hours are every Tuesday afternoon at 3:30 Eastern. This has potential to change over time and to grow to a few more time slots as the group grows. So reach out if you're watching this video in the future to confirm the times. The reason I like having office hours on Tuesdays, though, is that I want everyone to do their books once a week. And I think that Monday morning is a good time, possibly even over the weekend. And then if you do this on this regular clip, you won't get behind. By touching your books on Monday and following my weekly bookkeeping tasks checklist, you will always stay on top of your bookkeeping, and you'll have your questions fresh in your mind to come ask me during office hours. If you want a copy of the checklist, you can access it below in the description, and it might be all you need, but I think every business has bookkeeping situations that are so specific to them and kind of outliers that you will either need to spend a whole lot of time Googling or talking with FreshBooks support or doing trial and error usually ends badly, and you'll be crying at your computer and still know in the back of your mind that things aren't quite right inside your FreshBooks file. But go ahead and grab that checklist and see if it's sufficient to help you. It is super thorough and free. So each week, members log on to Zoom and we go around the horn. We screen share if we need to. Sometimes I'll log on to my FreshBooks demo account to illustrate how I would solve a problem. Or sometimes a member will screen share a particular problem that they are having inside of their actual FreshBooks account, and we'll fix it in real time. My absolute favorite part of office hours are the many times I've answered one question and then having all these other people chime in saying, oh, I've needed to know that, or I had the same question, or man, that's such a great trick. I've been doing it the hard way. This way is so much better. There's a lot of that goes on each week, and that's one of my favorite parts. Another cool thing that I'll mention is that Mighty Networks has a really cool feature where each member of a network gets a referral link. So I have it set up that whenever you refer someone to our Fresh Bookkeeping Network, you get a month of the membership for free. So that leads me to the cost. Right now, the cost to join the Fresh Bookkeeping Network is $59 per month. I'm not promising how long the price will stay at that level, but as of spring 2022, for $59, you can get direct access to a FreshBooks Pro each week. I probably should raise that price. This is really valuable. All right, so who can join? We're here at the landing page, and you'll see that there are a few restrictions. Right here it says who this group is for. Let's walk our way through this list. You're someone who wants accountability to accurately maintain your bookkeeping so that it can be a tool for data-driven growth instead of disorganized, delinquent disaster. You recognize that you don't know what you don't know, and though you are pretty sure that your books are inaccurate and behind. You recognize that you don't know what you don't know, though you're pretty sure that your books are inaccurate and behind. You're someone who wants an expert to teach you how to most efficiently do your bookkeeping and use FreshBooks. You are sick of scrambling at tax time, so this will be the year that you are going to impress your tax preparer. You're a service-based business in the U.S. that's on track to gross between $150,000 and $150,000 annually, and that has been in operations for less than 18 months. You are smart, nice, and supportive of others, and this really should be bullet number 1. And again, see the section above. This is only for people who use FreshBooks. I'd like to take a moment to add a little more flavor to some of these. So you definitely need to be a primarily service-based business. If you are selling things that you can touch, you don't need to be using FreshBooks for your general ledger anyway. And the reason your business needs to be less than 18 months old, ideally even younger than that, is because if your business is older than that, you are probably going to need to invest in additional support to get the history cleaned up quickly so you can move forward in the group in a clean way. It's not going to do you a lot of good if you're implementing better bookkeeping practices on a really broken bookkeeping file. And I probably won't be able to coach you in public on how to clean up your books if you have a history that's too much older than that. So if your business is older than that, you can reach out and we can see if we can get you in shape to be able to be a part of the group. The reason for the revenue range I mentioned is mostly about the bottom figure of that range, that $50,000. It is important to me that this community be a place of individuals who are going to take their businesses very seriously and want a lot of success. Your business doesn't have to be your full-time gig, but you do have to have a level of seriousness about it. And I really believe that the people we surround ourselves with have an extremely strong influence on us. And so I personally want to be influenced by the members of this group. And I want them to influence each other to all be the best stewards of our businesses that we can be. And so I want that sort of minimum threshold of income, of seriousness, of skill. All right, I'm such a reluctant marketer, but I think all the marketing teachers will tell me that I'm supposed to have a call to action right now. So the call to action is that you can look below in the description for this landing page for the Fresh Bookkeeping Network. But honestly, I would prefer that you would reach out to me first to have a discussion to see if this is really the best fit for you. So I'll put the direct contact page on my website for you to reach out, and then you can book a free 15-minute consultation. That'll be in the description as well. So she seems legit. I think I could really use her help. Yeah, it's not just a bunch of big talk. She sounds like the solution to my bookkeeping and business problems. And she's a Texan. You know she hasn't lived in Texas for like 12 years, right? Because she's a Navy wife. And anyway, for a virtual bookkeeping business, it doesn't matter where she lives. Yeah, but I can tell she wishes she lived in Texas, and that's a plus in my book. All right, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. I put out a new FreshBooks tutorial or small business resource every week. This channel will be a great resource for you to help you DIY your own books. I'm Kate Josephine Johnson, and I help businesses build their business legacy.